Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. So the topic of our today's lecture is mediastinum. Today we will be discussing that what is mediastinum, what are the divisions of mediastinum, the boundaries, the contents, all the stuff related to mediastinum. Okay, so let's start with the introduction of mediastinum. मीडिएस्टिनम. सो एज द नेम शोज कि ये कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो किसी चीज़ के दरमियान में मौजूद है, मीडियम में मौजूद है, इंटरमीडिएट है, दरमियान में है. ठीक है, तो ये किस चीज़ के दरमियान में है? हमारी बॉडी में, हमारे थॉरिक्स में हमारे पास दो लंग्स होते हैं विच आर कवर्ड बाय प्लूरल मेम्ब्रेन. विच आर कवर्ड बाय व्हाट? विच आर कवर्ड बाय प्लूरल मेम्ब्रेन्स. तो जो प्लूरल मेम्ब्रेन्स हैं उनके दरमियान में जो हमारे पास स्पेस है जिसमें मुख्तलिफ कॉन्टेंट्स मौजूद हैं, मुख्तलिफ कॉन्टेंट्स हैं उस स्पेस में, मुख्तलिफ स्ट्रक्चर्स हैं, उनको हम क्या कहते हैं, उस जगह को हम क्या कहते हैं? मीडियास्टिनम. व्हाट इज इट कॉल्ड? मीडियास्टिनम. द स्पेस बिटवीन टू प्लूरी और द राइट एंड द लेफ्ट. ठीक है, उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? मीडियास्टिनम कहेंगे. इट कंटेन्स डिफरेंट कॉन्टेंट्स एंड फॉर द सेक ऑफ आवर कन्वीनियंस वी हैव डिवाइडेड द मीडियास्टिनम इनटू two parts. Into how many parts? Into two parts, a superior division and a inferior division. तो हमारे पास जो mediastinum है ये क्या है? It is the median septa of the thorax between two lungs. It is the median septa of the thorax between two lungs. यानी ये दो lungs को जो है उसके दरमियान में है, जो कि डिवाइड कर रहा है, दोनों पार्ट्स को अलग अलग कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, तो अब अगर हम मीडियास्टिनम की इन जनरल बाउंड्रीज देखेंगे तो क्या होगा? एंटीरियरली इट विल कंटेन व्हाट? इट विल कंटेन द स्टर्नम. पोस्टीरियरली इट विल कंटेन द वर्टेब्रा एंड ऑन द बोथ साइड्स विल बी द very good, it will be the pleurae, and on the superior surface there will be the thoracic inlet, and on the inferior surface there will be what? Very good, there will be the diaphragm. There will be what? There will be the diaphragm. Now for the sake of convenience we have divided mediastinum into two parts, superior and the inferior. So the superior mediastinum, how have we have divided it through a imaginary line passing through the T4 thoracic vertebra. फोर्थ थोरेसिक वर्टेब्रा से हमारे पास इमेजिनरी क्या है? प्लेन पास कर रहा है, हमने प्लेन पास कर रहा है जिससे जो डिवाइड कर रहा है सुपीरियर मीडियास्टिनम को फ्रॉम द इंफीरियर मीडियास्टिनम. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ दिस इज द डायग्राम, तो हमारे पास ये T4 है, यहाँ से हमें पता है कि T1 से ये वाला जो बन रहा है थोड़ा सा कोनिकल इन शेप, ये हमारे पास क्या है? थोरेसिक इनलेट है. ठीक है, ये T1 है. T4 से हमने कहा कि एक इमेजिनरी प्लेन पास कर रहा है, इससे ऊपर वाली जितनी भी स्ट्रक्चर्स होंगे, द स्ट्रक्चर्स अबव द T4 विल बी व्हाट? विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन द सुपीरियर मीडियास्टिनम. द स्पेस विल बी द सुपीरियर मीडियास्टिनम, while below the T4 vertebra there will be the inferior mediastinum up till the T12 vertebra. This is what? This is the inferior mediastinum, and the inferior mediastinum is further divided into three parts. How many parts? Three parts. An interior division, a middle division, and a posterior division. Anterior division, middle division, and the posterior division. Okay, so this is the superior mediastinum. The inferior mediastinum, which is further divided into three parts. The interior division of course will contain the ligaments, and we will be discussing the contents shortly. And the medial mediastinum will contain the most important content of the thorax, or the most important content of the mediastinum, which is the heart. And posterior to it will lie the esophagus, the thoracic duct, the azygous venous system, etc. Okay, so so this was a general overview of the mediastinum and their contents. Now let's dive into its details. Okay, so the superior mediastinum, what are its contents? The superior mediastinum, as I have shown, it's superior to the heart. So what are the structures present superiorly to the heart? The arch of aorta, the brachiocephalic vein, the carotid vein, the duct, thoracic duct, esophagus, and the sternohyoid ligament, the sternohyoid muscle, and the trachea, along with the thymus gland. Now what is the mnemonic and how we will memorize it? It will be like A B C D E and SSTT, double S double T, A B C D E and double S double T. A for the arch of aorta, B for the brachiocephalic artery, C for the carotid artery, D for thoracic duct, the esophagus, sternohyoid muscle, sternothyroid muscle, trachea, and the thymus gland. Okay, so these are the contents of the superior mediastinum. You have to go through it over and over again to memorize them. Okay, so these are the contents, and now let's discuss the boundaries. Anteriorly, of course, there will be the manubrium part of the sternum. Posteriorly, there will be T1 to T4 thoracic vertebra, as discussed already, and the superiorly there will be thoracic inlet, and inferiorly there will be the imaginary line which is passing, or the imaginary plane which is passing through the T4 to the base of the T4 vertebra. Okay, and on either side, of course, there will be pleura. And now coming towards the inferior mediastinum. So the inferior mediastinum is further divided into three parts: the anterior, middle, and posterior. The anterior will containing is a narrow space in front of pericardium. It is a narrow space in front of the pericardium. As shown here, this is the pericardium, and the narrow space in here is known as the anterior part of inferior mediastinum. Anterior part of what? Anterior part of inferior mediastinum. What will it contain? Of course, it will contain the areolar tissue. Uh, Areolar tissue, the thymus gland, its lowest part. The superior mediastinum also contains thymus gland, but it contains its upper part, while the gland's lower part is present in the anterior mediastinum, anterior part of inferior mediastinum. The sternopericardial ligament, small branches of internal thoracic artery, and the lymph nodes. Okay, so what is the mnemonic? We know that the anterior mediastinum is present behind the sternum, so the mnemonic will be at substernal level. Anterior mediastinum is present at the substernal level, so the mnemonic is at substernal level. A for areolar tissue, T for thymus, S for sternopericardial ligament, S for small branches of internal thoracic, and L for lymph nodes. So it becomes at substernal level. Okay. Anteriorly, of course, will be the body of sternum as the mnemonic shows. P posteriorly will be the pericardium. S superiorly will be the imaginary plane. Inferiorly will be the superior surface of the diaphragm. And on the sides, on the either sides, there will be mediastinal pleura, or the pleura of the lungs. Okay, now coming towards the middle mediastinum, which contains the very important content known as the heart. So the medial mediastinum, its contents are really easy to memorize because it is the heart. In fact, all the structures related to the heart we will put in the we will put all of them in the middle mediastinum. The heart, and then we will say the lower part of superior vena cava, the terminal part of the inferior vena cava, left and right pulmonary veins, pulmonary trunk, and the azygous venous system. And the azygous venous system, it is present a bit posteriorly, and it will also be a content of posterior mediastinum. Okay, so the superior vena cava, azygous venous system, all the stuff that is related to heart and the azygous venous system, along with the phrenic nerves, we know that these are also related to the heart. The deep cardiac plexus, i.e. the plexus which is supplying the heart, and the tracheobronchial nodes. The tracheobronchial nodes, this one content is a bit odd one, so you have to memorize it. Tracheobronchial nodes, tracheobronchial lymph nodes, tracheobronchial lymph nodes. So anteriorly, of course, there will be the sternopericardial ligament. The contents of the anterior mediastinum will be anterior to the middle mediastinum. So the sternopericardial ligament, posteriorly will be the esophagus and the azygous vein. Posteriorly will be what? The esophagus, the azygous vein, and the thoracic aorta. Now coming towards the posterior mediastinum. Now this is the diagram which will make things easy. This is the diagram. Okay, so now what is it? This vein, what is it? It is the azygous vein. Further, this is the thoracic duct having a beaded appearance. This is the thoracic duct. This is the trachea, and this will be the esophagus. And this is what? This is the descending thoracic aorta, and of course this will be the arch of aorta, and it will continue further. Okay, so this is the azygous vein, the thoracic duct, the trachea, the esophagus, and the aorta, arch of aorta, along with the descending thoracic aorta or the thoracic aorta. Okay, so these are the contents of the posterior mediastinum, and it will of course help you in writing the contents of superior mediastinum and the inferior mediastinum too. As shown here, what are the posterior contents? The esophagus, the azygous venous system is also present posteriorly. This esophagus is also present posteriorly. The thoracic aorta, this part is also present posteriorly. Okay, so the azygous venous system, the esophagus, the thoracic duct, and this thoracic aorta are the contents of posterior mediastinum. Along with these contents, there will be the lymph nodes and the vagi and the splanchnic nerves. Along with these, there will be what? There will be vagi, splanchnic nerves, and the posterior mediastinal lymph nodes. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you find this video useful. Stay tuned and get subscribed.